AMD is extending AM5 through 2029. AMD announced at Computex this year that the AM5 socket is going through 2029, 2 years beyond the original 2027 promise. That is at least 7 years of support, which will likely cover up to Zen 6 or Zen 7, meaning that anyone who bought an AM5 motherboard back in 2022 can keep upgrading CPUs without replacing their board. Hopefully. Sometimes, not every board from the very beginning of AM4 did ultimately support the chips at the end of AM4. But, if all goes well, then you could be one of the lucky people who has a board that makes it all the way through. Yeah, AM4 got the same treatment, launching in 2016, with AMD still releasing chips for it a decade later. 2 new CPUs are being released, actually, to back up these announcements. The Ryzen 7 7700X 3D for AM5 is launching July 16th at 329, 8 cores, 16 threads, Zen 4, 96 megabytes of 3D cache. What? It's exciting. It's good. 4.5 gigahertz boost clock. Essentially, it's a downclocked 7800X 3D at $120 less. AMD can see that gamers are feeling the pinch. Talking to manufacturers in the PC space, they're also feeling the pinch. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But clearly they're trying to juice things a little bit. And then on the AM4 side, the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D 10th Anniversary Edition is returning June 25th at $349. It's the same 8-core Zen 3 chip with 100 megs of cache, 4.5 gigahertz boost. It was once the best gaming CPU on the planet. Now it's still a great gaming CPU and is compatible with DDR4, which could help save you some money on your next system. And this is really interesting.
Does $349 make sense?
It makes sense that people will definitely buy it. I do think that so my initial thought was that AMD is kind of taking advantage of the situation a little bit because AM4 boards are cheap and DDR4 is cheap, so they could just extract margin on the CPU. I didn't realize how much work they had to do to bring this thing out. So the original 3D cache stacking process that they used, the reason these chips went away was because that process was no longer available at TSMC. So they had to significantly re-engineer the chip to manufacture it with modern stacking processes.
Okay.
So they actually, I forget whose podcaster who they were being interviewed by, but they pretty much came out and they were like, yeah, this was like actually a significant amount of work. This wasn't just like a grab it from the archives, dust it off, and just re-release it project.
Okay. Yeah, because Zen 3 for $350. Oof.
Zen 3 with 3D cache.
Yeah, that part is nice, I guess, but
so let's look at it from like a platform standpoint. And apparently motherboard manufacturers are ramping up AM4 board production too. So I can get an AM4 board. I'm going to spend $100, if that, especially if I decide to go secondhand. And you can. We have a video coming very soon where we're going to run the newest AM4 CPU, other than this one, because this one wasn't out yet, on the oldest AM4 board. And then we're going to compare that against the newest AM4 board and see, what are you actually giving up? You can, spoiler alert, not much. So you can get, any AM4 board pretty much, as long as it's compatible with the CPU, throw it in there. DDR4, last I checked, is about half the price of DDR5. Would I like to see AMD go more aggressive with this thing? Absolutely. But I still think it's going to be legitimately a very...
And I'm not even saying that it's necessary. I don't know, maybe their R&D cost on this was insane and they have to recoup it somehow or whatever. I'm not necessarily saying it's like a scam or anything. It's just, damn.
It would have been nice if it was cheaper. I would have loved to see it at $239.
Yeah.
$229 is where I'd have been that's hot. Every other chip is dead to me. Just buy it.
$229 would have been pretty sick, but that's a massive reduction on the price that it actually is. Used by.
Yep.
Let's see. eBay.com. I don't want
Well,
these dollars.
yeah, if you're comparing to what these things were going for on the secondhand market, it was like well over 500,
No,
over
that's what I
600.
was finding. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is surprising. There's some people in chat saying that they got it like over a year ago for like 200, 250.
Yeah.
But before it converted it to new Taiwanese dollars because of where we are, it was saying I think it was 570. Sorry, 470, and that's a used one. So maybe it'll help.
Yep.
God, the market is crazy right now.
I legitimately do think that this is going to help a resurgence in availability of AM4 chips, AM4 boards. DDR4 is still out there. DDR4, even brand new, is relatively affordable. Anything that takes some of the squeeze off, I support at this point.
So just with quick skimming, it sounds like their price is $100 cheaper than the used price, which that blows my mind. But
I know.
thanks, I guess. Cool.
Yeah.
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 Sounds like it'll be really helpful. Jeez. No wonder people aren't building computers. Should we talk about that? Because I also talked to manufacturers that were like, yikes.
Yeah, so I'm not going to name any names. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to call out anyone's specific business.
Yeah.
But I talked to one manufacturer that said that their sales, and they make like an accessory product.
This is
Like-
100%. Yeah.
Like basically something that isn't a CPU or GPU, but is something that you can't really build a computer without.
Okay.
And they said that they were down about
Also not RAM.
30%.
Yikes.
Which is, coming back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Where 30% down is a lot more than the 30% growth that we had year over year when we were first starting out. Once you reach a certain scale, you've got employees, you've got facilities, you've got, marketing campaigns, you've got all these things that you're doing as a company that you've scaled up according to the scale that you've reached. And when suddenly 30% of your revenue is gone, you're sitting there looking at it going, like they were talking about how hard it is to forecast production right now.
Yeah.
Lead times, they were saying on a good day, they're going to have to know what they need in their warehouse 6 months ahead of time. And right now, that's like
How are you supposed to do that?
impossible.
Yeah, talking to, like you said, kind of accessories things. If it's not compute, pretty much, everybody's kind of freaking out. I know I was talking to one brand.
Dan, put up the thing.
Who even did I say I don't know? I was talking to one brand who even sells things that are a little bit more in that field, but they're more. They have to buy an expensive component and then use it in the product that they're selling, and they're saying that even they are down because their costs are so freaking high that even though they're selling it for so much right now, it just doesn't even really matter.
I meant the Warren Buffett thing. I didn't mean the doesn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
thing. That's
I
fine.
gotcha.
The moment's passed.
Yeah. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Case, fans, all that type of stuff. If nobody's building computers, if nobody's building personal computers, PCs, then those things aren't selling. Like it is what it is.
I think McGarnagle actually has a way more human way of sort of illustrating what I've been trying to say about that. When you're a company of 3 people, 30% hiring is 1 person. When you're a company of 10 people, to grow 30%, you would hire 3 people. When you've achieved scale and you are a company of 100 people, a 30% reduction would be 30 people. Like that's what we're talking about here.
Which even if you think about the impact, not even on that company or on those individuals, but you think about the impact on the job market. If you have 30 people in one field suddenly on the market in one geographical area, the industry might literally not even be able to like bear that.
Yeah, it might not be able to absorb it
If it's a
elsewhere.
one-person change,
Yeah.
it's much more likely that there's a company that could add a person if the right person came along, and then they just bring that person on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary time right now, and honestly, I had very similar conversations with at least one creator as well, where it's just like the interest right now in building computers is pretty.
Oh, dude, it's bad.
It's pretty
yeah.
tough.
There was a dinner I had with a few, and everyone was talking about it. It's pretty rough right now.
Well, I said one because I have named many creators that I've talked to at the show.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's everyone.
Yeah.
I might as well. All right, we're just gonna.
I don't know.
We're just gonna be transparent about it.
Potato in full plane chat said 30%, and this is I think a good way of illustrating it because I don't think we've used actual numbers. 30% up on 1,000 is $300. But after you do that change, now 30% down on that new number, so 30% down on 1,300 is now $390.
Yeah.
So it's because you already went up. Is where it starts to get weird.
So like and it's like so the way that someone explained it to me, oh thank you, is that if every other day you like go up 10% and then every other day you're down 10%, eventually you have no money.
Yeah.
Which is like what?
Yeah. If it was all relative to the starting number, then you'd be fine.
Then you're fine.
But it's not.